If you want to get an XC40 with all-wheel drive, you have to step up to the T5 powertrain. And unfortunately, that means requiring premium fuel for your car. So how much are you going to spend to go out and drive on the highway? Today, we're going to find out. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2022 Volvo XC40 all-wheel drive T5. In today's test, we're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour, to get you a realistic fuel economy number for this subcompact luxury crossover. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. I think this spec of this car is absolutely beautiful. The saddle brown interior, the beautiful black paint, cool wheels. I would probably opt for a wheel a little bit smaller, even though these look quite good. Actually, what I'd really opt for is either the front wheel drive car with that T4 powertrain or one of the XC40 recharges. But if you want the most luxurious driving experience without paying big bucks and having to recharge your car, this is the XC40 to get. If you do want to see more on the XC40, we've got all sorts of coverage. I'm even going to be doing a little members-only sound test on the Harman Kardon audio system on this trip, so I'll put all the links to those in the description. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this XC40 30 miles per gallon, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are plenty of people who travel long distances on the highway and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect in the real world. In order to do that, we're going to head over to the gas station here, fill up, go out and do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. A few things to note for today: outside temperature is 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Our tire pressures have been set to their door placard 33 psi cold, and we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. Now, yes, this will use the condenser, use up a little bit extra fuel, but that's how people travel in the real world, and without it, I would roast in here. All right, let's hop out and fill it up. Oh shoot, wrong side. Guys, why is regular $4.70 but premium is $6? I can't do that. I cannot do that. That's ridiculous that a gas station is charging $1.30 more for premium. I won't. We will go to another station and we will make this test work on another gas station. I can't afford to be paying that much for fuel. And gas stations should not be rewarded for price gouging that much. There's no reason that premium needs to cost that much more than regular. So it's tough to use the Kroger here because it's often very busy, but we are going to make it work. There we are, much more reasonable, $5.10 per gallon. All right, let's hop out and fill it up. 1.544 gallons going in for our first fill. Before we start the engine, we've got our trip computer reset and our GPS reset. We're ready to begin. A few different drive modes in the XC40. You've got Comfort, Individual, Polestar Engineered, Eco, and Off-Road. We're going to do this test in Eco. We're going to take it nice and easy over to the highway. It's about half a mile away, and pick up the test from there. Well, the goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy, but rather a realistic number. In order to do that, we're going to get up to highway speed here at a reasonable pace and set our cruise control at a GPS-indicated 72 miles per hour. That should allow us to average 70 over the whole test. A little bit more throttle lag when you're in eco mode, and also your tachometer turns into sort of an economic driving advisor. But still no problem getting up to speed. Looks like we're dealing with a little bit of traffic here, so we'll make our way over to the left and get up to 72. You don't see this too often. The GPS is actually a mile per hour faster than the car's readout. So we're going to have to set in at 71 on the car. It's going to 72 on the GPS. Initial highway impressions. I really like the light steering. It makes for a very easy to control and just kind of casually steer a car. You do have a pretty decent pilot assist, semi-autonomous driving feature here in Volvos as well, so nice to have that. Road noise and wind noise seem average. Class average, not fantastic, but not too bad either. But we'll catch up with you at the end of the test, see if I have any more observations and see what sort of fuel economy we're getting. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the XC40 T5. This is a perfectly decent car to cruise on the highway in. Could go for a little bit more lumbar support, but other than that, this thing is comfortable, decent Harman Kardon sound system, got your Apple CarPlay, good touch points for everything. It's been a nice cruise. We are getting a little bit better than the EPA's estimate, according to the car's trip computer, 31.5 miles per gallon. That should go up, yeah, there we already are, 31.6, and probably go up another tenth place or so by the time we get off the highway. We've also averaged 70 miles per hour, so pretty good there. A little bit of extra traffic compared to what I'm comfortable with, so that probably helped bump the fuel economy up a little bit, but either way, not too bad. Not really anything else worth noting either. I mean, it's a pretty chill experience, which I think is what a lot of people purchasing a car like this are looking for. So we're going to get it back to the pump, fill up, see how long I got to sit and wait for the pump to open up there at the Kroger gas station, and then see what we get. 3.092 is what we ended up putting in. I had to leave the pump because it was very busy. I didn't want to take up a spot. 102.2 divided by 3.092 is giving us 33 miles per gallon. It's a little bit higher even than the car's readout. I'm actually going to drop that down, give it 32 miles per gallon for our final readout. Like I said, I think the traffic that we were running with has given it a little bit of a bump, but still better than EPA, and still not too bad of a result for an all-wheel drive subcompact, yes, crossover with this level of power and gut. We've got a 14.2 gallon fuel tank in here, so 14.2 times 32 miles per gallon is giving you an effective highway cruising range of just over 450 miles here in the T5 Volvo XC40. Now, like I said, you have to factor in that even though you are getting a little bit better than EPA fuel economy, you're going to be spending about 20 to 30% more in gas just to put premium in this, which it requires, versus just recommending it in the T4 car. So something to keep in mind, but if you're willing to pay more for all-wheel drive, then I guess you're going to have to pay more every time you fill up, too. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the XC40, check the links in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.